So hey entrepreneurs, have you heard of the 4 Ps of customer experience? They're the building blocks for delivering exceptional customer experiences and that keeps your customers returning every time for more and more. So in this video, I'm going to be explaining the 4 Ps and how you can use them to basically elevate your customer experience strategy. So also, I'm going to be telling you about my free customer profile template, which you can get in the link down below, basically to help you understand your audience even more and improve their experiences, which is why we're here. So, before we get started, I do want to let you know as well, if you're new around here, I do have a podcast where I release an episode every Friday at 8 a.m. Called the Customer Care Channel. And yeah, that's it. So let's dive in. So you're probably wondering what the 4 Ps of customer experience actually is. So let's talk about that initially. So the first is product, then you have process, you have people, and then personalization. So product, process, people, personalization. Easy enough to say. And these are the keys to creating a seamless and memorable journey for your customers to go through your business and be happy and come back for even more. So, and this is why we look at the customer journey mapping in my other videos. I don't know if I've done a video on it now. I've done a podcast on it. I'll link it down below to make sure you know what all of that is. But so let's break it all down one by one and see exactly how this works with your business and how it can improve your customer experience over time, because that's why we're here. So firstly, let's talk about your product. This is the foundation of your business and the foundation of your customer's experience, because this is what they receive. This is who they think you are, whether it's a product or a service. Once they receive it and it's in their hands or they're using it, this is representing you as a business. It's not just about you selling it and how well it meets the customer's needs. It's all about the product being reliable over a long period of time. It's about it being user-friendly, so have you tested it with different types of users? And it's also about it being valuable. So what they paid for it and what are they receiving? Do they think what they paid for it was worth what they receive? And if the answer is yes, you're basically ahead of the game. You're doing the right thing. But if the answer is no, obviously there's something going wrong. Because obviously if they're paying a lot of money but they're not getting a lot of value, they're thinking quality. There's problems with the quality of this product or service. If it's not user-friendly, they're not going to come back and buy another one from you. They're not going to tell their friends about you. And obviously, if it's not reliable, there's going to be complaints. They're going to be telling people, this product fails all the time. Don't bother with it. I've wasted my money. And that's not what you want, is it? So this is all about the product and it meeting the customer's needs and being reliable, user-friendly, and valuable. So next, we're going to talk about process. So this is all about how easy it is for the customers to interact with your business. Are you easy to be discovered? Are you easy for the customer to find you on social media? Is your website easy to be found? Can they drop you an email easily? Whether it be through your contact page on your website, does the buttons work? Is it super easy for the customer to get in contact with you, whether it's a question or an issue or whatever that may be? Because communication is key, as we've previously explained. So this process is super important, because if they can't contact you or interact with you in some form of way, there's going to be problems, because they need to be able to speak to you when they need to. Obviously, from making the purchase, you want the experience to be smooth, intuitive, and basically you don't want them to have any frustrations. And if they have a frustration, they need to be able to contact you and tell you so you can fix it. So have a look at your processes. Are you easy to be found? in all these different places that you're supposed to be. So next is all about the people, and this means your customer service team, because obviously the customers are contacting them, the employees within your business, basically because they all play a huge role in the customer's experience, even if they're not in the customer service team. And the reason I say this is they all somehow have contact with the customer. They may not be dealing with complaints, they may be dealing with sales, but if that person is not representing your business in a knowledgeable way, or an approachable way, or even an empathetic way, they are representing your brand, and they could give off the wrong vibe, which then means it can damage the customer's experience. So this is not down to the customer service team alone. This is down to every department throughout that could potentially impact the customer. So if someone's making the product and they make something because they like it and it's not actually in the customer's favour, that's a problem. If they're in the sales team and they're just trying to get sale, but they're not thinking about the fact that the customers, this product doesn't actually meet their needs, but I need a sale, I need the commission this month, that's a problem, because the customer's never going to feel satisfied. And then obviously the customer services team, if they're not resolving issues and answering questions when they're supposed to be, that's a problem. If they're going to be rude, it's a problem. So people play a huge role within the customer's experience. So the key here is, as an owner of a business, or as the manager, you need to realise that happy employees, so being too restrictive and being like, oh, you're a minute late from your break, or setting certain times for people to go places, and being so restrictive that the employees end up being not happy to work for you. This is so detrimental to the customers, because that is reflected within their work. So just remember, happy employees 90% of the time means happy customers, because obviously if you've got someone that's miserable answering the phone to the customer, and then they pick the phone up, or as people do that nowadays, showing my generation, and if you're not happy on the phone and you're talking to someone who's raising an issue, you're not going to be as empathetic as you're supposed to be. You're not going to be as helpful as you're supposed to be, and that can damage the customer's experience. So keep that in mind. Maybe have a think about exercises that you can do within the workplace to increase your staff morale every month. Have a think about that. I might do a video on that soon. And lastly, we have personalisation. So obviously customers love it when you know their unique preferences, and when their needs are acknowledged. And I know that there's a lot of ways to automate things nowadays, and it is the way to go. We need to automate things to make it easier for us to manage the amount of customers we have, to give quick responses to customers. However, it doesn't mean that personalisation has to be dropped. It just means that we have to use the softwares that we're using to our benefit. So for example, when you're using emails, if you look into variables, when you're using email marketing, for example, you can say like hi, and then put a variable saying name, and this will automatically add in the customer's name for you, whoever the automatic email's going out to. So personalising doesn't have to be missed off just because you're automating. So just have a think about that. Using these tools like customer profiles as well to tailor your marketing, to tailor your recommendations, and to tailor your interactions to each individual is really key. And that's why I've created the customer profile template for you to help you get there. So all in all, you need to regularly assess the 4 Ps. So the 4 Ps, you need to go over them maybe every once a quarter or something in your business to identify areas basically for continuous improvements. A little effort into this can really, really go a long way. And for you to tweak the way your business is working can really impact customer loyalty. So make sure you're looking at the 4 Ps, make sure you're just reviewing them and just checking whether you can make any tweaks to improve it every so often. Maybe schedule it in your calendar is the way to go. Just add it into your calendar as a day or something every quarter, so make you review it properly. And as well, to help you personalise your approach, like I mentioned, you can download my free customer profile template. It's simple, it's effective, and it helps you understand your audience. So then you can deliver the experiences that they will love and that they expect to get. The link's in the description down below. Now, of course, if you enjoyed this video, please do give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more customer experience strategies. And don't forget, as I've mentioned, I do have a podcast called The Customer Care Channel, and I release an episode every Friday at 8 AM. And I don't actually think I've mentioned, you can go to the www.customercarechannel.com, and I have blog posts of the podcast episodes and just general articles teaching you all about customer experience and customer service. So if you prefer reading, you can go on there as well. Thanks for watching. And yeah, so just remember that the customer experience is not just about the sale going through from discovery to aftercare. It's actually about the 4 Ps. So I'll see you next time. Bye bye.